Okay, let's go. Sorry. So, I had some issues opening OBS and stuff, so I seen this puzzle for quite a bit. I haven't actually solved it yet, but I do see this. This is a thorn, and also usually like trappable. For example, this, that. Because where can it go from here? There. No. Literally nowhere. This the bishop defends both of these, but it also defends the queen from attack by the rook. So moving the queen means that the queen can take one of them, and then it just needs to be trapped from there. And the issue with this is that the queen can just run. So you go here, force this, and then this traps the queen. I really want to say it's this, but actually that doesn't work. So it just basically has to be that. Actually that allows this, which is winning for white. Yeah, that's definitely winning. Fairly certain. So you also have this, which is not as clear. I can also just not do anything. I keep this pawn defended. Just play king f1 or something. Black isn't in Zugzwang or anything, so it's not like that's doing anything. I think this should be the move, so let's calculate it through. Oh, by the way, I wanted to mention my plan was to do a couple of puzzles, get myself back into the groove, and then play some rapid games. So this isn't actually puzzles, but I do start with some. I can also do this. No, that seems quite bad. So it's really between this take here, which is a draw, and this, which actually I can do that there. That looks winning. Oh, that's good enough. And this, that's also winning. So this. Yeah. Okay, getting in the groove. I do have to take here, and the point is that I've blocked this pawn and then just forcefully ram my pawn through, and then the king has to run to stop it. I take this pawn, and then I have my king is further forward, so I win this. I go to here and my pawn promotes first, or I go to here. Depends, but I do have to take first. And then the question is, do I do this? I don't think so. I think the idea is g4. And then this, right? Yeah. Quickly check. Yeah, you do have to take, of course. Take and g4. h5 is a draw. That makes sense because you can't play g5. And here g5 is still a draw because the king gets stuck on the a file. Which I didn't see in advance, but it makes sense. Like, even if the king is there now and you can go here, then it's still a draw. Because it's an a pawn in the end. And like, king gets stuck on the a file. And it's a stalemate via this. This is a stalemate, which is beautiful. White is the one that has no moves left, even though they have more pieces. One more quick one and then I'll do some rated or rapid. I wanna say h6. It's not that, it's not this. There is this pin. There's also this, which looks scary. So it's rook g1. Actually, that allows this. No, that sacks a rook. I wanna say h6 because you can't do this. And I can do that or something. Should be h6, yep. Then the question is h7 or anything else. I think h7 is bad. I think I should take here. Or play rook g1, of course. The queen is still undefended, so rook f1 is still not an option. And there is a check. And then I go here and there's no longer a check. So I'm assuming rook g1. It's either that or taking here in a way. And it's not h7. I have no clue. Is it this? What's the point? What's the issue with it? Yeah, I see that, and then there... Oh, it's... Yep, got it. Okay. Let's do 10 plus 5. So, while we're waiting... never mind, good. I'm an e4 player, I'll play e4. And let's get into this. I know some of this line. a6 is a normal move here, but I believe this is playable. You need to be careful. b6. I've never seen b6. Okay, cool. b6 looks very weird to me. I'll just do this because there's no queen b6 anymore. Defend. Like queen b6 is really your big play here in these types of positions. Yeah, it's fine. I'll just play queen, bishop e2. I don't know. Maybe I'll push this at some point. Maybe immediately, actually. No, actually my knight is pinned. That might be kind of annoying. So actually e5 is a threat. Good that I spotted that. Queen d2, right? Seems legit. So after e5 I can just move my knight and I'm fine with that. Second attacker, I have two defenders, everything's fine. I can even just take at some point, whatever. Let's play this plan, also prevents knight b4. This bishop does not need to develop technically because it can't really, and it already does a lot of work here. Okay, forced to trade. Okay, sure. What if I push e5 and play bishop d3 to develop my bishop properly? That looks good. Because the knight can't also can't really go to h5 because I have f4 defended. I think I like this. And play bishop d3 and maybe knight e4 or something. Yeah. Goodbye. Maybe I waved a bit too soon. Maybe I need to actually take it here. Unless I do this, which also looks fun. This looks like a... No, here. Just here is fine. And I can also reroute the knight like that. Which looks... I want to say it's game ending, but it's probably not. Also here, I guess I can play knight f6 check, and this just wins a pawn, right? Knight f6. No, it doesn't. Okay, I need to take some time here. Maybe I just play knight d6 regardless. Just let it be taken. I don't like that as much actually. But this is kind of annoying. Maybe knight e4 isn't good. Maybe I should have played bishop e4. And which knight is more annoying? This one or this one? Well, mine. Clearly, because I can kick the knight at some point. Also, it's trapped there if after queen h3 and king e2 or something. So I guess just knight d6. Unfortunate. Yep. Expected. Pawn on d6 is probably still decent though. f4. Yep. Let's just go back to d4. Don't see anything special really. Let's play b4 with the point that after b5 I can push c5. I can always push c5 regardless. But maybe immediate b5, c5, b4 happens, which could be something. So I'll just play b5 first. With this point. Yeah. That must be good for me. This bishop gets quite strong, but or kind of strong here. Let's castle now. That seems sufficiently safe. Actually, the queen then gets in. Maybe I need to play rook a2 first. Oh, then queen c1. Rook c, rook d2 loses there. Actually, it doesn't. Because that wins. So I can play rook d1 or something. Or f4. No, not f4. I can play h4. Saying if you want to take a go and get it. And if not, actually it doesn't help. No, it does help. Because it defends, can't stay on this diagonal and this file. No, but that's fine. King f1. This is all fine. Interesting. should still be better after queen trade. Oh, but maybe e4. Take e4. That's... I think my opponent is correct here. If I can also just play queen e3, because f4 is not a threat and e4 is. And f, can they play f? They can still play f4. It doesn't win the game or anything, but it's still a good move. Actually, I can always just ignore it, or try to. Queen f2 seems playable, seems good enough. I can always do that, even after queen f2. Oh, no trade, that's also fine. Fine with me. My plan, I was looking at g3, forcing this and then rook e1, but maybe I should play rook e1 first. I want to pressure the e-pawn, because it's kind of weak. If e4 isn't possible at least, which it is, I think. Unfortunately. So maybe I should play g3 first. Oh, that loses here. A good move. Just a rook e1 then. I kind of screwed up somewhere. Yeah, e4 still. And on this e3 maybe. And on not that they can take f3, and if I take here I lose a piece. So I'm forced to allow e3, I think, which is fine still. I can reroute like that. I'm kind of forced to do this, but it's still okay. And in the end I always have pressure here. If everything gets traded, even except for the bishops, I still win. I think I would just win. So everything, this is all fine. Reroute. My queen gets active again. This is, I want to say a fortress, but it's probably not. But it's not bad or anything. Let's put my queen here to as a kind of prophylaxis for f4, because then I can play queen g4 because I want the queen on the g file. Yeah. And I mean, this is actually kind of annoying. If they can go attack, play like queen c3, that's actually quite a big deal. But I can't actually stop that, and this is also annoying, which I can stop. But maybe this. Yep. Now I need to get back into active play. I can actually just defend, but that's a draw. Actually, and that doesn't work. I can do that. Try this. Start living again. Somewhere I screwed this up. Probably. It looked like I was much better at some point. This bishop being a glorified pawn is actually also saving the position. Actually, this seems okay because of... right? No. My point was this to do that, but that doesn't actually work. And this doesn't work either, so I can try that though, still. Just try. Also this could be an issue at some point. I fumbled something quite... Oh, actually I can do this, that. That looks good. If allowed. But this seems the most natural move. And this seems less natural, because I can just play king d1, king e1 or something. And it also doesn't defend. Wow. Fine, that's fine. Actually, it is totally fine. Because I can go to h2, where my king is safe. Oh, but that's not good. Yup. I mean, it's still maybe I'm still in it. Oh, this loses a piece. Yep. Okay, let's take a look. I know the opening, but let's put... I know that's what I do is playable. Like, b6 is not a good move, makes sense. And I'm just clearly in control here. e5 seems good. Yeah, my entire plan with queen g4 apparently wasn't good. My queen needs to be on d4, apparently. Yeah, now somehow this is quite bad for me. Oh, e5. That's also fun. Castling allowing queen d2, okay. Queen g3 only move to keep an advantage. e5 makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, this allowing e3 apparently isn't good. But everything seemed bad. Oh, queen d4, maybe that's okay. Maybe I can tactically survive that position, but this is all terrible. Okay, let's play another one, right? Yeah. Let's go again. Let's look at puzzles while this is still busy firing. I think that works. Also, yeah, I already solved this one. The game is still waiting, right? Nope, that doesn't work apparently. Whatever then, that's fine. What to talk about then? Well, I've got vacation right now. I don't know. There's not much going on in my life. That's not quite true, but like I've delayed a lot of stuff for vacation time. Like exercising. which I'm doing now. Yeah, let's play Benoni. It's always fun, right? This is all fine. Bishop f4? I have a prep against bishop f4. I can try to see if my opponent plays into that. Looks like they should. My plan, the prep was knight e8 and just immediately knight d4. Apparently not. Okay then, now the knight is kind of stuck there. Yeah. And now what do I do? Usually the plan is something like this. Also f4 is probably coming, right? Queen c7 seems like a good move, generally fine. That's not a good move. That's rarely a good move because of b5 and just... You can take en passant, but I take with the knight. And that's generally okay for black. And now my next move can be c5. Or c4. I mean. I can also start pushing this pawn or something. And my bishop can't go there because I lose that pawn, but I could have played my knight there. I can also play this knight here. That's usually a good move as well. Also, that's the point of c4 to play knight c5 later. Also, this opens up this. There's also this plan of playing f5, which does actually I am threatening a f5 because I can take here and then win this piece if they take. f5 is not always good, but I think in this position it seems okay. I might completely collapse my own position for a piece, but you know, we'll see. Yeah, this loses a piece. How well can you see their rating? It's 2169 and blundering a piece. So that's, I mean, I'm not saying that they're overrated or anything. That's not at all what I'm saying. I'm saying that's normal. That even at this rating, you still blunder pieces. And this isn't even a difficult tactic, but it's like, it happens. It happens to everyone. It happens often to everyone, actually. And the issue is though, maybe this piece, winning this piece isn't even good. But I think I can hold. That's also interesting. No, I can't take because then they take my bishop with the knight. Bishop e5. Generally this bishop is great on e5. I need to play it somewhere though. Also, this pawn is hanging, which you can easily forget. But I think I just go here to prevent bishop h6, and f6 is not a move. And then hope this is all good enough. And maybe I don't even take. Maybe I should take here and play this. That would be a funny. I think that's good actually. I think that's probably good. Puts a lot of pressure on my bishop though. This allows me to at least have a pawn in front of my king. That I can defend somehow, king h7 or something. Knight e5. f4 kicks it though. Yeah, I'm more of a h takes g6 type of person. Despite me immediately losing the pawn again, because I don't want to play. Actually, I can play that. That loses this pawn. No, it's fine. It's either that or this. Actually, they can't take here because then I take the bishop again. So I can just play the... No, can't just play that. Right, it's not checkmate. I surely hope it's not checkmate. That's also an issue. But maybe I'm alive. This threatens this, so you now really have to take here. Actually, but then I take this again, because it's not actually checkmate, right? Maybe it is, or it's at least perpetual, which is really annoying. You can go here. Oh, it's not perpetual, there's no check from there. Because my bishop defends this. I thought that this was possible, but I missed my queen. And then it's a perpetual here. But we're not in that world, fortunately. These are my positions. I like this a lot. I'm not the best at them, I don't think, but I like this a lot. Where I'm up material and fighting for my life. Yeah. And this wins entirely too much material. I should probably play this and take the bishop though. So queen b3 and then I take the bishop or something. And not the full rook. Or the exchange. Actually queen b3 and I maybe play c4. Nah, probably not. But I think it's this and take the bishop and then play bishop f5. Oh, that's so gross. Did I miss that? Maybe. Oh, queen b3 is check. I missed that. But I can play c4 still. Which trades pieces. I love this. Forwards defense. And my pawn is safe. But queen b3. Oh, and I played d5. Oh my god. Forwards defense. I get tricked again, right? Oh, I can get tricked less badly here. That's Do I sack the exchange? No, right? No, that's stupid. I think this is good. Oh, queen... Oh, rook c1 maybe. No, but... Yeah, rook c1 and then b3. Okay, so I guess I need to get tricked again with the same trick. But now I have... Bishop. I don't know. Or I can play knight d7, of course. But that seems bad, because then this square is lost. So maybe it's just rook b8. Maybe I'm forced to play rook b8. And take with the rook as well. Fairly certain this is the move. Rook c1 still, actually, that's annoying. I'm forced to basically go here then. But that might be okay. There are also worlds where I sack here and play d2. Because I don't think my opponent has enough time to actually take this pawn in a lot of lines. My opponent is putting a lot of pressure though. I mean, that's to be expected. Yep. Forcing this basically. Oh, but then bishop takes and queen c4 is quite bad for me, I think. It's at least a perpetual. So I need to find a counter shot, which is here. Attacking the rook on a2. Oh, that doesn't work. There's a knight. The knight is defended. I mean, this... I can't play d2. The issue is bishop. Oh, d2 is so good. Oh, that's such a good move. Does it work? No. It doesn't actually. The point is that either it deflects. The point was that either it deflects one of them, or they take my queen and I promote. But that's just, that position is just bad for me. Probably. Yeah. No, actually my queen is good there. So sack the pawn and then I can play my queen anywhere, basically. Queen e7 or something. It doesn't work, I don't think. Actually, wait. No, I think it works because of this. Oh, yeah, they can also just take and allow my queen to run. Now my position is quite good, I think. That's at least something. Because I can now block properly. My next move is almost always bishop e6. And then suddenly my position is quite decent, I think. d2 saved me. What a move. It's probably terrible, but what a move. Oh, this is a beautiful position. I like this game a lot. Unlike the first one, which was started out quite decent, but yeah. you know. As white, I generally like to play a bit more passively, more, well, put pressure of course, but more positionally. And as black, I generally like to play more tactically, and that's showing that both are well. The passive play didn't really work, but I did show it, and in this game is very active. I can play this. No, I can't. I'd need to move my knight somewhere, but I can just play it here. Oh, but then queen there again. But that's fine. I can also do this, sacking 2 pieces for a rook. Actually, it doesn't work. But the point... but it almost works. Really need an extra defender here, but I can't... I don't have the room for that, so just... I'll have to accept this, but that's fine, because I don't allow... Oh, I do allow that as well, but I can't go here because of checkmate, knight h7. So I go here, and then after this check I can just go up, which is a perpetual. I'm not sure my opponent will take the perpetual, but I'm not going to run to h6 and walk into a discovered attack. Also, it doesn't work because the knight just goes back and I'm forced to go back to h7. Yeah, this is... I think my opponent is probably going to be quite happy to play knight f7 and back. Yeah, no, there's no... Actually, maybe I can do this, because I can block the attack. Oh, my opponent is actually fighting. That's pain. Does that work though? Not really. Right? What does it even do? I don't think it does anything. I should probably do something like that. Something smart. Or this. I would have wanted to play that, but I can't do this either. Because they take here and the rook is undefended. Maybe I can play that, which sacks a piece. No, that sacks a piece. That genuinely just sacks a piece. I guess I do this. It does have a threat, so they're basically forced to take. I think this is still I think this is good. I really hope so. I can play an endgame, by the way. If I'm up a piece on the increment, I can play it in an endgame if we trade everything. Which is my hope that will happen. I'm threatening, by the way, this check and then queen e5, which trades queens. Also, it might be checkmate, but because no, I don't think it's checkmate, but it's just good enough to win. And if you take, just take back, and then we play on from there. I ask you what your rook is doing. You can't exploit this diagonal, by the way, because I can take the bishop and then play queen e5. Oh, that's a bad move. Fairly certain. Despite the fact that rook h4 is a playable move after this. But I will trade queens though. Check. And this trades queens. I can also try this, but I don't think that's good enough. So I'm forced to just trade queens here. And if they take me, oh, they are forced to take me, and then I take with the bishop with check, so that's defense against rook h4 being maybe annoying, but I still don't think it's that annoying. I can also take with the knight, but I should probably take with the bishop. Or pawn. Could do a lot of things. Can try to gain a tempo, but that blocks the rook, so that's fine for me as well. Yeah, now I should be winning. Also, my plan is this. And safety. Good move, but that blocks the rook. I think it's... Ooh, I should be careful. Actually, I can't prevent this anymore. So maybe I need to counterattack instead of defending the bishop. But then still happens. Gross. I'm afraid I have to take the pawn. That's bad. Ugh. Actually, yeah. Because this wins an exchange. Am I really losing? I mean, no, I can do this. And then I could take this with a pawn. Yeah. Sorry, pieces. You had to... Sorry, bishop, you had to go. That's evil. My bishop is trapped. But this might... Is that really how I'm going to lose? Should have probably sacked the exchange, to be honest. No, but because my bishop couldn't move, so they can always take the piece. Yep. King moves somewhere to unpin. I really want to unpin here. Oh, but the knight gets there. Whatever. Yep. Yeah. How is this fine? I could trade these pieces. I had it. I really had it. One more quick one after this, but first let's quickly look at how the opening went. And generally a5 is not a good move, right? Yeah, 0.9 to 0.5 because of b5. Yep. f5 best move. Nice. Apparently this is equal. Okay, no longer equal. It makes sense that this is equal, by the way. But it's like I have a piece. I can't take... Yeah. Makes sense that this is equal. It's probably a perpetual somewhere. But like... Yeah, knight g5 is quite good. Apparently I couldn't take apparently knight e5. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, okay, you win, just win enough material. And this is also good enough. That isn't. c4 is one of the two moves. Good. Oh yeah, I wanted to look at d2. Minus 0.7. Minus 0.5, 0.6. And this is minus 2 if I just play queen e7 apparently. What's the idea? Pain. Okay, one quick one. Not gonna be rapid, just gonna be a blitz game. Just gonna play quite quickly. I don't wanna go too much over an hour. My blitz rating is quite a lot lower. What should I play today? Oh yeah, I hate this. Yeah? I played something like this at some point. You should play... Apparently in that position you played queen e4 check at some point as well. Pin. Pins are good. That doesn't actually win because this is a thing. So I guess I castle long. To prevent. Threaten here. Here. Okay. That's quite bad. I can save it. Actually, this is good for me. Because of queen a5. Still threatening this, and you can't play d5 because I just take with... No. You can still play d5, but it doesn't... you can still play d5, but it doesn't do anything. So I can just play this or something, or e6. Yeah, okay, and I can still take here and win a pawn, right? Am I missing something? Probably. Doesn't matter. Blitz game. And I think I should take with the knight. Never attack directly, always attack indirectly. Because threat is stronger than the execution. Almost always. Yeah. In chess, it's, in my experience, attacking is actually just, it doesn't do anything, but defending just does even less. So threats like attacking the queen barely do anything, but keeping this discovered attack open, that could be quite strong. Except that neither of these work, and this not, and neither of these either, and these neither. And this is quite scary. I can always just take and hope to survive that. Play e5 actually. That seems playable, right? There's no annoying check. I think that's just good enough, unfortunately. Or fortunately, but you know, whatever. Up a pawn. I'm okay with my position. Ooh, I do need to run, I think. It can't be good to allow this. But actually it's not concrete or anything. Oh, it is, because you just take back and then get f7. Yeah, that's sufficiently concrete that I just run. Because this I can always just take. No. Interesting. I guess I need to accept that. And I'll... Oh, and then rook... Nope, I can't accept that, so I have to play queen c7. Oh, that's also... Oh, that's a good move. I might have to sack the pawn back. Oh, I can play bishop takes. Whew, saved. I think they also missed that. That it's just hanging like that. Yup. And this, and my position is sound. Well, not quite. This threatens a3. Almost done developing as well. How does my knight become useful is also a question. I think on c6 or something, and then d4 maybe. c6 to just defend the c-file. I'm just up 2 pawns, I think. Maybe a3 is scary, but I don't think so. Because I can... Oh, it is. Oh, a3 is bad. I can maybe... what is going on? That's not a move. I mean, you can still sack here, maybe start an attack, but you've sacked a piece and then an exchange. And my king goes to b7, probably, and maybe not. Maybe that's a bit too extreme. Yeah. They're going for it. Bishop takes. Oh, now they can take here, I guess. And I have to go here. Ooh, because otherwise you'd take here and win the exchange. Actually, I'm upper rook, so maybe that's still fine. No, I genuinely have to go here. And a6 after queen f7 check. I can go to c7, c8 maybe. Oh, and then you can take the exchange, but that's fine. I think I'll go to a6. And then I'm up an exchange in the or a piece in the end, and a piece is generally just good enough in. Yep. There is a back rank issue. I can also just. I think it's probably a good idea to defend here. And the only tempo you can get is queen g7 check, after which king a6 just saves my bishop as well. Yup, let's go. Oh, queen e7 as well. But king a6 just saves. But I do need to be careful. Oh, yeah, it does save, but I still just need to be careful. Maybe I just play queen a8 to be safe regardless. The point is that my bishop is safe because it's a back rank issue. So I just go here. Let's quickly finish this. I need to quickly play some more moves as well. This is a threat. I didn't want to play king a8. But I guess I did. And after everything except for this, I think I take the pawn. I think I just take the pawn. Yeah. And this doesn't work because I have checkmate in the end, because I just take. But the rook is defended by the queen. So this move probably wasn't actually good. I can take that. Fairly certain. Sufficiently certain. Also I can take here. That's a threat. That's good enough for a win. Whew! A win. That took long enough. Yeah, it's just checkmate. Everything just wins. I know that's d5. Maybe you can delay it by a move, but I believe d5 was one of the main lines. And my opponent, I don't think my opponent played it perfectly. e5, yeah, also makes sense. Long castle is apparently quite bad. Apparently e5. Okay. Yeah, can't take the bishop, king b8. Best move by far, nice. Okay, now I'm better again. Knight develop makes sense. Yeah, it's not terrible apparently. I did kind of play with fire. King b7 only move. It makes sense, but because otherwise you take c6. King a8. I wanted to play king a6, but king a8. Yeah. Didn't spot that the bishop was hanging. And then I spotted that the bishop was hanging. Good enough. Okay. Just over an hour. Whatever. See you whenever.